Hello Virgo, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gendron Tarot by Melanie Gendron. Website usgamesinc.com. If I get close enough I should focus. This print is from 1997, but I do believe that website is still active. I want to say Ciro Marchetti uses that website, and he has some more recent decks, I believe. Supportive Oracle Cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle Cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen Raish Baskin. Websites in the back, torihartman.com, watkinspublishing.co.uk, or .com, whatever works for you. Feel free to freeze frame if you want any of that information, of course. Interesting energy. Oh. Ooh, what is that? Okay, what's going on here? Alright, I have to get these down because there's like a really good energy coming forward, but exactly what are we talking about? Because typically Virgo is very much about, that's interesting, about the stability. Like stability, earth signs. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, crazy cats, which I don't think okay. You alright? Okay. Stability. Okay. See, what do you have here? You got, they call it the Deceiver in this deck, but it's the Devil card, right? It's a very interesting card. What's really happening, what really needs to be, there's like a lesson to be learned here. And you got your self-worth coming in. I feel like when I get this card for you, it's kind of like I've dealt with the devil long enough. It's time for the devil to get their due. Okay. I'm going to clarify that with the cat is full of energy. I don't know what just happened. This is not the first reading I did today, so I don't know what got him going. The Page of Fire, the 12th major arcana, I believe, is the Hanged Man. Things have been like, okay, so that's a very interesting combination along with the devil and the self-worth. The devil is pushing this forward. I feel like I'm going to make the unpopular decision. You got to do what's right for you. Other people might not agree with it, but you got to do what you got to do. You got the Five of Swords upside down, which is kind of like, I can't be a part of this situation anymore when it's going nowhere. It's kind of like, I don't want to just sit in the boat just so I can keep the boat. It's kind of like I have a little boat. The only way I can keep it is just to stay in it. I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. And at one point, I thought it was worth it. But now I'm like, now I've learned to hate, I've grown to hate the boat, and I'm going to leave it. And if somebody takes it, good. I don't care. It's like, I don't even care. It's kind of like, you don't usually give up things of value, but at this point, it's like, at one point, I thought this boat had value, but now I've grown to hate it. I feel like I've grown to hate it. I don't want it anymore. And you've made some very strong decisions, and you're like, you know what? That's the devil, too. It's kind of like, people might expect you to hold on to the value of this situation, but at this point you're like, I don't see the value here anymore. I don't feel like it has the value I need anymore. I don't want it anymore. It's kind of like I don't even want to stand around to wait to sell it. I just need to get away from it. I hate it. I hate it too much. And you're moving away from it. I feel like you're moving away from something that maybe it's even shocking you the way you're doing it, because I'm getting... It doesn't seem like it's your normal way of doing things, but it's kind of like, I really need this to change. And even though this is not my normal way of doing it, I need it to change. It's more value to you to make the change. Kind of like, I can't sit in this boat anymore. I can't. I hate it. I hate this boat. I don't want it. It's not normally how I do things, but I need the change more than the value of this boat because it doesn't really have value for me anymore. Um, there might be some negotiation going on here between you and somebody else. They're matching your energy, you're matching their energy. You're making it clear that you're not here for it anymore. You're not here for this anymore. What about this negotiation? Is there any clarity we can do with the dice on that? I just feel like I'm over it. And I feel like maybe this is that moment where you have to make that final decision to move forward and move on with it. Eight of Earth. Eight of Earth, that's the thing. Eight of Earth with the Magician, actually. If I don't get out now, I'll never get out. If I don't get out now, I'll never get out. And if I'm going to rebuild something somewhere else, I'd rather start building something I want to keep rather than maintaining something that I don't. I feel like you're fed up. You're done. You're done. You're like, I'm fed up with it. I'm done. I don't want to maintain something I don't want anymore. And the sooner I can get out of this, the sooner I can start building something I actually want to keep. Walking away from something that you don't feel has the value you want, I think that's the trick of this. What is this? The Six of Swords, literally moving on from something and feeling like it's hard for you to walk away from it the way you're doing it, but I feel like it's kind of like what I need to do. You're the completion card with the trickery. It's really making me feel like this. It's hard for me to do it. It's kind of like walking away from something of value, kind of like instead of selling it and getting money from it, I just got to leave. And whoever takes it, good on them. It's not normal for you to do this, but it's like, this is what I have to do. It's the only way you can disconnect from something, because I feel like I want the actual value. I don't want the stress. I want the real value. The real value is not in this situation. And I think that's the trick of this. I keep saying the trick of this, the trick of this. Like, what is the trick? Or did you feel like you were tricked into something and the value was never real? Is that what it is? Do you feel tricked? Do you feel like you were tricked into this? Four of Cups with the Vanity. Somebody, this person, wherever you're walking away from, this boat, whatever this proverbial boat is, if it's a person, if it's a situation, if it's a work situation, it's totally feeling self-assured that you will return, that you won't actually leave. It does not take you seriously. It doesn't want to work with you. It doesn't like the changes you want to make. I think this is one of the reasons, like, you're seeing the truth of this. This energy, be it a person or a job or whatever it is, does not want to work with you. Will not work or negotiate on your terms ever. And I feel like that's one of the things pushing you out the door. Kind of like, this is never going to go my way, so I'm wasting my time. It's very arrogant, too. It's weird with this card. I'm feeling like this very, like, you know, gossipy, I don't have to do it your way. You'll give in. You'll do it my way sooner or later anyway. Hiding behind some type of lie, something like that. It feels like a kind of a grimy energy. I don't know how to explain that. I know it's a general read, but that's how that feels. This card looks, the more I look at it, the more I think it's an ugly card. I never noticed it in that way before. I just feel like, it just feels grimy. It feels grimy to me right now. There's also a lot of game playing, too. These two cards together in this deck, I don't know why, but maybe it's just for this reading, because I'm seeing other cards pop in here, like the Devil and other things that are not working in trickery. I really feel like it's a very manipulative, calculating, plotting, waiting energy. It's really waiting for you to return so it can get the better of you. But the thing is, I don't think you're going to return. So it's going to wait a while. It's going to be setting up this trap almost, but you never return. Let's just clarify that just a little bit, because it seems like it's an energy that's trying to set up a trap for you or something. That's weird. Ace of what? Fire. And then the 6 is the Lovers. This situation thinks it has you under control. It thinks it owns you, is what I'm getting. With that Lovers card, that's kind of interesting with the Ace of Fire. It wants to keep you. It thinks it has complete control over you. especially with this vanity card coming in, because I'm like, why am I feeling that? But they're showing it with this. They're like, no, that's true. This energy thinks it owns you for whatever reason, especially if it's a job I'm getting. It feels like it has complete control over you and you have no power against it. There's nowhere else you can go. There's nothing you can do. The thing is, there is. Because you're bringing out the Two of Cups. So be it a job or something else, you're going to find something else fairly quick. And what I'm getting is like, it's the real value you're looking at. Sometimes the Two of Cups is seen as a less strong energy than like the Lovers, but it depends on how it's coming in. The situation you're going into may not look as important. No, what do we want to say? It's kind of like looking at like a bowl of diamonds versus a bowl of gold nuggets. Which one really has the more, which one's really worth more? I think the diamonds, I'm assuming. I'm assuming. So it may look like the original situation was of more value, but to you, the new situation is something you actually want and you can actually mold. It's like diamonds versus gold, right? I think diamonds are worth more depending on how they're cut. I think it depends on the cut. But when you're getting the gold, you're like, I can mold that. I can put that into different things. I can make jewelry out of it, or I can turn it into other things. I can make it into what I want. I can make it into a frame or a mirror. I can make it into a spoon. I can make it into whatever I want. The diamonds, I could cut glass with them and they can look shiny and pretty. I don't know. You can do things with diamonds too, but it's like you don't want to do that. You're like, those are more technical. I don't want to do that. I want the gold. And that's, I feel like, what you're going for. You're ending up with something that is more suiting to the value that you can actually do. It's like knowing what to do with gold and not knowing what to do with diamonds. It's like, I don't need the diamonds. All I can do is sell those. Otherwise, there's nothing I can do. The gold, though, I can do stuff with that. I can mold that. I can move it around. I can do what I can create things with it that I want to create with it. Because that's what you're getting through this. You're going out of that and into something else. I feel like the big part of this reading is, the more I'm looking at it, is when you walk away from whatever it is you're walking away from, it's a nasty energy. And it's going to try to set you up to get what it wants. So once you walk away from it, just if you see it that way, I feel like no matter what you do with it after that, it's always going to look, it's never going to be really cooperative unless it's going to get what it wants. Like, if it starts cooperating with you, get really nervous and be very paranoid. I know that sounds great, doesn't it? Like, what other angles could they have? Because I'm getting this as a nasty energy. And if you work with it after the fact, after you've walked away, it's going to definitely use a manipulative energy. It's only getting what it wants. And it will only work with you or seem like it's working with you if it can trap you into what it wants. So, I don't know. It's a very dirty, grimy, I don't really like it. It's really bothering me. It's very interesting for a general read that's so strong. I get a very dirty, very negative, very how can I use you to get what I want energy, that type of thing. So once you walk away, I would try to walk away, or maybe keep that in mind before, because I have a feeling for most of you it's going to be just before you walk away. Make sure you get everything you want before you step out that door, because once you walk away, that's all you're really going to get. And anytime you return to this situation, there's going to be some form of abuse coming towards you. I mean, it's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt. It just feels very dark and very grimy and very. All right, I think we're going to shut it down there. All right, thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.